Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Map 3 for the winners match currently underway. The winner of this moves on to the round of 16, and the loser will fall to fight against Cats. We could have a possible rematch where we might have a ZVZ for the first time today. We'll have to wait and see how this one turns out, though. Spawning on the leftmost side of the map, it's going to be Dust Gaming's red Terran player, Schnitzel.
In the upper right, as the pink Zerg, it's IVD's Phog.
This is a map I know a lot of players are not loving to fight Terrans on, but I think it's also another good one where Roach Hydra can work out quite well.
I've been seeing a lot of Roach Baneling also on this map.
Yeah, it's a lot of... I really... It never happens, we always talk about it, but like, just obligatory, I'd love to see a Nidus Worm.
Yeah, of course.
And life made me a believer. I will never... I will never doubt the power of a Nidus Worm on Catalina.
Well, I mean, you're in the winner's match. It's an ace of the winner's match, but yeah. I mean, it's an opportunity to do it.
Yeah, wait some fans, win or lose.
Yeah, exactly.
It is scary though. Go like I think honestly, Phog's got to be a little bit worried, not about losing this series, but like more about fighting Cats, because Cats' ZVZ is really scary.
Yeah, that's probably a good point. He's very aggressive for the most part, so
you don't want to play too crazy. So. Yeah, you don't want to play too crazy in this one and risk having to face the demon from root.
Yeah, and of course, when it comes to Nidus Worms, you may have an Overlord checking their dead space this entire time, and they don't have a supply depot there. And then as soon as you throw down the Nidus Worm,
right,
like get an SCV over there, and you're like, come on.
Or like they're building the starport, and like it's just like on the edge of it or something. It's yeah, dirty things. But Reaper only here out of Schnitzel. We'll see if he goes heavy on this. It's definitely a map where we've seen Reapers abused thanks to this cliff. So. While we've seen 3 Reapers fall out of favor on most maps, it actually isn't too bad here anymore, and he's actually going to invest in as much as 2. We'll see if he goes as heavy as 3.
I think Schnitzel is the one that's been giving 2 every single game. He like keeps one at home in case Reapers come, or in case Lings come, and sends the other one out. But if he does do 3 Reapers, it's definitely the map to do so. He's going to scout that Phog does have gas, and that, I mean, 3 Reapers is so helpful when it comes to the Hellions, and even then they have a good like 20 seconds to do some serious damage, but if you see that they have gas, that kind of like actually changes your mind sometimes.
Well, we got chat back on Twitch, so that's good news. What's up, everybody? It's good to see you again. Yay!
Oh boy.
I mean, it was frustrating with it being down, not because like chat or whatever. In fact, I should never really be in chat; it's distracting. But just knowing that things are working is a good feeling.
Chat's distracting.
I like that he left the second Reaper at home. Always gonna be a little bit worried about those Lings possibly coming for that kill.
Yeah. I mean, I like it on one hand, and then, like, on the other hand, maybe not. If your player has always been sending Lings across the map, definitely, but I don't think Phog has he? I don't actually recall. It's missing out on some. Like, with 2 Reapers, you bring them across the map, you're almost guaranteed 1 or 2 drone kills. With 1, you're pretty much guaranteed nothing. With any
Yo, we saw this before, Zombie Grub.
I would love if Phog, abused this.
But that's the thing, I feel like Phog is less reactionary than someone like Cats. Like, Phog is more one of those guys who does come to this with build orders in mind. But, yeah, whether he sees this as, like, a threat or not, I mean, 3 CCs, if you let a Terran player get away with this, like, we watched Chinese Terran player XY just the other day in the Leafing Cup knock out, like, Rogue and a lot of other generic players because he was able to get away with this early greed. So, I mean, this is something that can really power a Terran player well in the TVZ matchup.
It's true. It's just usually they have a hard time scouting it, so that's why they oftentimes don't react to it, even if they are a reactionary player like Cats. So it's out here, and it also takes away a bunker. Where like if you only have 1 bunker against any all-in, it's usually not enough. But against that exact like the Roach attack that I'm talking about, that 1 bunker is enough.
I mean, have you seen the 3rd CC? I mean, is it going to be the Roach Baneling all-in? I mean, he's setting up with the Roach Worm, but there's there's 1 Evolution Chamber. We'll see how much he dials into this.
A lot of gas being taken right now.
Yeah, but nowhere. I mean, this could be because he took the gas later. It could still feed into it. I mean, he could just play the straight up macro game into this, and that's fine, but again, like you give someone like Schnitzel this accelerated economy through these mules, he's going to have a lot more units to fight with. There'll be a lot more Marines that your Banelings have to connect to.
Yeah. I just, 9 Roaches attacking the command center, attacking the supply depots, getting SED kills. I guess you just have nothing at home to defend a 3rd, but These Queens are going to come and do just that, actually. So it wouldn't be that big of an investment, but he's not going to go into it.
It doesn't have a lot of transfuses, though. You should actually be careful about this.
A little. He's going to have 2, right? Not that bad. And he gets 5 roaches, too, so that's going to really help out.
Telling he's going to sneak to the natural that's going on, maybe? Ah, okay, we're going to fight. Okay. Losing one of the Reapers is a bit annoying, but as long as he keeps microwaving this back, should be okay. Queen is going to die, and these... Okay, transfuses are on the mark, but as you see, nothing here's really dying but one Reaper. Finally, Helene goes down.
And this has turned into just 5 roaches into a lot of roaches. I don't know if he's thinking...
I feel like this has got to be a consequence, because he's lost all the Queens.
It might be, right? I was actually going to say, if the 5 roaches popped out from here and killed them before they scouted all the other roaches, you know, that could be a sick kind of like, you know, oh, I'm actually not doing anything scary here. But he actually is doing something a little scary. He does start droning immediately afterwards, so maybe not.
No, those are just creep queens, so it's not like he screws himself out of larva production with this, but still kind of nasty. Nice block in the wall though out of Phog. So many times we see this made awkward.
Yeah, and now he should go across the map and at least try. He knows that Banshees are in the way. He saw the 3rd CC. If it was a 3cc Banshee build, Banshees would have already been joining in on the fights. Go for it. Try and do something, because the Marine count's probably not going to be that high.
Well, the double bunkers coming down. These will actually... I don't think they'll finish in time.
I don't know if they cover that. If there's an Overlord over here too, that would be amazing.
The depot for free, yeah.
And they're covering the 3rd bases, which is alright. It's alright too. He just got the supply depots to run, because he's gonna go Roach Hydra, so it's not like, you know, keeping these roaches alive is bad.
I like he's getting free things before going though. I mean, really.
Yeah.
His depots are just kind of like sacrifices. It's actually supply blocks are pretty hardcore, and these are gonna force a lift off. Yeah.
Schnitzel with a... Yeah, he's gonna lift off. Yeah, it's probably the best thing he could do. Even with all the Marines that he does have, he may even still need an SCV pool. I
like that he just goes for the SCV. It's like the cherry on top.
Yeah.
But Roach Hydra is gonna be the choice out of Phog.
Some severe supply blocks as well, the supply depots.
Yeah, I mean, that was bad. Like, that was really bad. He even dropped supply and still can't quite make that up. He's gonna transfer over, but there's already creep all over the place too. Ugh.
I'm very excited to see how Phog does against Schnitzel, or kind of like the reverse, I suppose, right? Because Schnitzel, I didn't think actually had that great of a game up until like the 18-minute mark against Cats, when Cats did Roach Hydra. I just thought he was going to lose. But then Cats really got overconfident, transitioned but didn't transition, that type of thing, you know, whatever. Phog is really good. He practices this build all the time, and he does the very scary one, where it's not so much about like dealing early damage, but having that 2-2 very strong attack, you know, before you even get an infestation pit. So I don't think just Bio will actually be able to take care of that. As long as everything's like hit, you know, he doesn't get supply blocked, his 2-2 does finish ahead of his opponents. It's gonna be a very powerful push.
Oh, I really want to see this to work, Zombie Grub. I really want to see this work, but at the same time,
I kind of have high hopes, honestly. Like, Schnitzel, does he even know it's Roach Hydra? Is he still thinking maybe it's like Roach into Lings?
But, I mean, you gotta consider too, like the way it played against Cats. Like, you could argue Cats through that game a little bit, but at the same time, Schnitzel kind of just approached it with okay, well, I was already going for this composition anyways. Let's make it work.
I think that he threw it. I mean, I don't know. Bio doesn't work out. Just Bio just never seems to work out until it has 2-2, and he didn't have 2-2 for a very long time.
Maybe he's just a bad Terran player.
No, maybe Polt taught me how to do it.
When?
Name dropping, heyo.
Man, when is that? When is that ever coming out? Like, seriously, real talk.
Never. Like, last I heard, it was like a 3rd done, right? And that was like 2 weeks or 2 months ago.
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yo, I've done editing before. It doesn't take that long to edit. I'm just saying.
No, it's so dumb. And technically, we're not even done with it, right? Which is the stupid part.
What? Okay.
Yeah, I'm still in the top 2. I'm not like, you know.
Don't break spoilers. Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. Contracts are made. Wait a minute.
Okay, pretty good engagement here. Should go for Phog. He's got a nice concave at the bottom of the ramp. If Schnitzel pushes into it, it'll be a big surround. He's got to be careful he doesn't give this up, though. Army supply is a little bit heavier for Phog, and in this case, he's actually going to be able to push this up, but he doesn't want to go up the ramp, and really smart, because if he does, he's the one who pushes into the concave. But as Schnitzel's army count starts dwindling, concave be damned, what good is a concave of 5 units?
He could just force him down by going into the main, too. And then have the concave on the high ground. He is hitting just before 2-2. Once that 2-2 finishes, I think he can push up here. It's still not quite done, but he just does it anyways.
Yeah, nice blitz move here. He's going to actually be able to kill the command center, too. Hydra's DPS is kind of insane like that. Yeah, nice focus.
Oh, jeez.
That's going to hurt.
I don't want to say I told you so, but...
I don't want to say I told you so.
Schnitzel could have had a much better defense, alright? I didn't. But he could have had a much better defense. He gets a good, like, you know, Marauders get in here and they get a good, like, kind of surround type of deal here, but the Remax is still there.
I kind of wish you would have focused the medevacs actually over the Marauders. You know, whatever with the Marauders, kill those medevacs. Either way, Phog still walks out of this fight, definitely ahead. Big way killing that command center. That's huge.
Yeah, yeah. Again, like, Schnitzel bio eventually actually is very good, but just like that timing is very crisp, and Phog is very good at this specific type of attack. So, you know, you'd have at least bunkers, but hopefully, you know, tanks. You know, even Widow Mines, like anything added on to this would be better. Like Widow Mines aren't that great, but there's still some type of swatch. So.
Well, the Hive finishes up behind this too, so Vipers will be up with that Blind Cloud. I don't know if he can really push up with what he has here, but he does have that upgrade lead temporarily. 2-2's about to finish here for Schnitzel.
Yeah, I don't know about that. He's running out of roaches to cover his Hydras, and 2-2 did finish, as you said.
Had he picked off those medevacs too, this might have been an easier poke, because, I mean, there's not a lot of energy, but there's still basically a healer for every Marauder.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with Hydras. Like, they got nice fast DPS, but it's like sustained, it's not bursty, so taking down this through the medevacs is really difficult. Fog's gonna throw away a lot of units to do this.
Yeah, this seems like a throw. Like, why even have to? You could have a concave on the natural ramp, and you could make sure they never get a third.
I feel like he feels too pressured to end this. I mean, let's be honest.
He's odd.
Yeah, he's on 4 bases. He could choke his opponent out on 2.
Hive. Like, there's actually no reason to be so pressured. You could get 3-3 right now in Vipers.
If Phog had a bigger bank behind that, that would have made more sense to me. But yeah, he goes in without the capability to fully remax. That's a mistake.
Or Investors. I actually like this choice better. I've talked about, you know, Bio versus Blinding Clouds. They're okay, but I think Fungals would be better. Well, Schnitzel, he pushes the first army back, and now he has an opportunity where if he starts doing drops, if he starts, you know, maybe he can still take a good hit on engagement, I'm not sure. He could bring it back if he killed like a base or 2, but he's down a base. You know, 3rd CC is not being remade anytime soon.
Well, still awkward chokes and weird places to take engagements with the creep spirit out of Phog looking pretty dandy. I'm gonna love seeing these infestors come out, but this is I don't know. Like, Phog had such a nice advantage. It's the fact that he's still on like 4 bases versus 2. Like, he's still in a great spot. Schnitzel's gonna force to be the one to break him, but I feel like as long as Phog doesn't take a stupid engagement, stays on creep, doesn't throw, he'll be okay.
He could definitely wait for these infestors.
Yeah, again, like, he's posturing out, giving away a lot of these units for Stim on the full retreats. Fungal Growth's coming out. We'll see if this DPS is enough to break it. Hits a good first Fungal. Probably loses the infestor right after, so maybe not so good. Still, though, the extra damage is kind of canceling the medevac heal damage, letting the Hydras actually use their sustained DPS to win this fight out. But it's actually going to send him back and just barely. Again, these medevacs are kind of key.
You can definitely
like, drop
see
to the main. Go to the main right now. Like, seriously, don't go home. Go to the main.
Definitely. Oh, well, he's going to try and attack again. 2-2 Bio versus 2-2 Roach Hydra it's pretty good. I mean, 3-3 is like even like tons better. Yeah. Just he added it too late.
I mean, this is the problem. Like, again, like, the Hydra is so out of position. If he had dropped to that main, it would take him forever to respond to this. He would have definitely been able to snipe off at least the Hive, but a bit of an awkward engagement does start once again. Schnitzel's not fully consolidated. A couple of his units out exposed, but this has been the case for Phog a lot in this game too, so oddly back and forth.
Yeah. Schnitzel, he had a good opportunity because he was dedicating everything into that remax. He was
I think this is finally going to break him, though. The supply counts are a little too uneven at this point. And looks like we're going to have a rematch, guys. Phog will be the first player into the round of 16. Woo! And it'll be